Jeff Bezos, one of the most relentless entrepreneurs in history. From building Amazon into an everything store to becoming the world's richest man, everything he touches seems to turn into gold. But behind the scenes, there was one strategist who turned Bezos' ambitious vision into reality. A chemical engineer from Pittsburgh who brought manufacturing principles to e-commerce and saved Amazon from collapse during the dot-com crisis. That person is Jeff Wilke, the operations genius who Bezos himself called his tutor. Wilke's job wasn't just to manage warehouses. He had to solve an impossible puzzle: how to process millions of unique and unpredictable orders every single day and deliver them faster than anyone thought possible. From rescuing Amazon during the 1999 holiday crisis to creating the infrastructure that made Amazon Prime possible, Wilke proved to be more than just an operations executive. He became the strategic mastermind who built the logistics empire that powers Amazon. While some believe Wilke deserves equal credit for Amazon's dominance, others think Bezos' vision was the catalyst. But by the end, you will know the real story. Jeff Wilke grew up in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, the son of a family that valued education and hard work. As a teenager, he spent his evenings writing code, discovering early on that he loved solving complex problems with technology. But unlike most computer kids who dreamed of becoming programmers, Wilke saw something bigger. He understood that the real power came from combining technology with operations, using software to make physical processes work better. Wilke attended Princeton University, where he earned his bachelor's degree in chemical engineering, graduating summa cum laude in 1989. But he wasn't satisfied with just understanding the science. He wanted to know how to lead organizations and transform industries. So he joined MIT's Leaders for Global Operations program, one of the most prestigious dual-degree programs in the world. In 1993, Wilke graduated with both an MBA and a master's degree in chemical engineering. This unique combination of technical expertise and business strategy would define his entire career. After MIT, Wilke started his career at Andersen Consulting, which is now Accenture, where he wrote code and managed software development projects. But his real education came at Allied Signal, which later became Honeywell. He joined the company right as it was undergoing a total quality revolution, learning lean manufacturing, Six Sigma, and operational excellence from some of the best minds in the industry. Wilke moved through increasingly complex roles, optimizing global logistics networks, implementing world-class inventory planning, and eventually becoming vice president and general manager of Allied Signal's pharmaceutical fine chemicals unit, a $220 million business with 15 plants and distribution centers across the United States, Europe, and Asia. But something was missing. Wilke was successful, but he felt like he was operating inside a massive corporate machine where innovation moved slowly. He wanted to build something transformational. He wanted to work somewhere that would let him apply everything he'd learned at MIT and Allied Signal to a business that was moving at internet speed. Then, in 1999, he got a call that would change his life. In September 1999, Amazon was on the edge of disaster. The company had gone public 2 years earlier and was growing faster than anyone could control. Jeff Bezos had built an online bookstore that was expanding into music, videos, and electronics. Wall Street was excited, but behind the scenes, Amazon's operations were falling apart. The company's warehouses couldn't keep up with demand. Customer orders were taking weeks to fulfill. Returns were piling up. And with the holiday season approaching, Amazon faced a nightmare scenario. What if they couldn't deliver presents on time? Bezos knew he needed help. He needed someone who understood operations at a deep level, someone who could bring manufacturing discipline to the chaos of e-commerce. His chief operating officer, Joe Galli, reached out to Wilke with an offer. Come to Amazon as vice president and general manager of operations and help save the company. Wilkie had offers from other tech companies, but when he learned about Amazon's problems, he saw an incredible opportunity. This wasn't just a job. It was a chance to build the future of retail from scratch. Wilkie joined Amazon in September 1999, just months before the busiest shopping season of the year. What he found was even worse than he expected. The fulfillment centers were disorganized. The software systems didn't talk to each other. There was no standardized process for anything, and everyone was exhausted, working around the clock just to keep orders moving. Most executives at Wilkie's level would have stayed in their offices, analyzing spreadsheets and issuing directives. But Wilkie did something different. Every evening during that first holiday season, Wilkie left the corporate headquarters and went to the Seattle distribution center to pack boxes and wrap presents. He wore flannel shirts on these trips, which became his signature look during the holidays. He traveled to fulfillment centers in Nevada, Kentucky, and Kansas, rolling up his sleeves and working alongside the warehouse teams. But this wasn't just about setting an example. Wilkie was studying the operations like a scientist, identifying bottlenecks, understanding variation, and figuring out how to apply the principles he'd learned at MIT to make the entire system work better. He later wrote about those early days. We got to see how the physical operations connected to the digital store, and I got to personally inspect our safety culture. And perhaps most importantly, we gained enormous respect for the dedication and customer focus of our fellow employees who worked away from headquarters. Those packing sessions gave Wilkie insights that would transform Amazon forever. After surviving the 1999 holiday crisis, Wilkie went to work redesigning Amazon's operations from the ground up. But he brought a perspective that nobody else at Amazon had. When Wilkie walked into a fulfillment center, he didn't see a warehouse. He saw a factory. Wilkie later explained, fulfillment centers, airports, hospitals, hotels, even Disneyland. These are all effectively complex operations that are manufacturing something, though not necessarily a physical product. For a long time, Amazon didn't manufacture a physical product, but it assembled orders for customers. That insight changed everything. Wilkie drew on his MIT education and his experience at Allied Signal to bring lean manufacturing and Six Sigma principles to Amazon's fulfillment operations. He spent a lot of time at MIT talking about the mathematics of variation, ways to characterize it and improve processes by understanding it, he said. It informed this idea that supply chain is a great place to apply the analytical tools of optimization and process control. Wilkie and his team completely redesigned the fulfillment centers. They built new software and algorithms for stocking items and combining them efficiently in orders. They implemented process controls that reduced errors, and they focused obsessively on reducing the time it took to complete an order. The results were staggering. By 2003, Wilkie's managers could get any item out the door in 2.5 hours. That enabled the company to make very precise guarantees to customers of when they would receive their items. But Wilkie's contributions went beyond just making the warehouses more efficient. He was also building Amazon's culture. He created a program that required all Amazon corporate employees to participate in customer support or fulfillment for 2 weeks per year. This wasn't just team building. It was about maintaining the connection between the people making decisions in the headquarters and the people actually doing the work. Wilkie understood that as Amazon grew, it would be easy for executives to lose touch with reality. By forcing everyone to spend time in the trenches, he kept the entire organization grounded in operational excellence. Wilkie also played a crucial role in codifying Amazon's famous leadership principles. Some were already in use and were what attracted me to Amazon, Wilkie said, and some articulate a style of leadership that was heavily influenced by MIT ideas. He pointed to the principle dive deep as an example. Understanding the entire business and process details, this idea that leaders operate at all levels and no task is beneath them, that's totally MIT. By 2004, Amazon's operations were humming. The company had survived the dot-com crash when countless other online retailers went bankrupt. Amazon's stock had recovered. Revenue was growing. But Bezos wanted more. He wanted to create customer loyalty so strong that people would never shop anywhere else. In December 2004, Bezos gathered a small group of executives at the boathouse behind his Medina, Washington home. The challenge he gave them was simple but ambitious. Find a way to expand and speed up free shipping as a way to increase customer loyalty. The group included Greg Greeley, who would become Amazon Prime's vice president, Tom Skutak, Amazon's chief financial officer, and Jeff Wilke, who was then senior vice president of customer service. They brainstormed for hours, discussing different approaches. The key insight came from combining two ideas. First, the subscription model that companies like Costco used to generate predictable revenue. And second, Wilke's operational capabilities that made fast shipping economically feasible. 2 months after that brainstorming session, Amazon unveiled Prime in February 2005. Customers who paid $79 annually would get free 2-day delivery nationwide for an unlimited number of orders. 2-day shipping becomes an everyday experience rather than an occasional indulgence, Bezos wrote online when introducing the program. The idea seemed crazy. Most packages at that time took a week or more to arrive, and offering unlimited free shipping for just $79 a year looked like a financial disaster waiting to happen. Critics were right to be skeptical. Prime didn't pay for itself. Forrester analysts Sucharita Mupuru later estimated that Amazon loses at least $1 billion annually on Prime-related shipping expenses. Greg Greeley, Prime's vice president, acknowledged this in an interview. When you look back, the program was launched in 2005 at $79. You factor in just simple inflation, transportation, and fuel costs, the price would be over $100 today in just $2005. Translation, Prime was a massive money-losing operation. But none of that would have mattered if Wilke hadn't built the infrastructure to make Prime possible. His operations team had created the fulfillment network, the logistics systems, and the process controls that could handle the enormous volume of Prime orders. Without Wilke's years of work optimizing Amazon's operations, Prime would have been just another ambitious idea that couldn't be executed. We decided to build that service around fast delivery, Wilke explained. His team's ability to consistently deliver packages in 2 days, even during peak seasons, turned Prime from a risky experiment into Amazon's most valuable asset. Today, Prime has over 200 million subscribers worldwide. Those subscribers spend significantly more than regular Amazon customers. Prime single-handedly transformed customer expectations for online shopping and forced every other retailer to compete on speed and convenience. After Prime's launch, Wilke continued driving innovation across Amazon. He led the development of Prime Video, Prime Now, Prime Day, and Amazon Fashion. Each of these initiatives required solving complex operational challenges. How do you stream video content reliably to millions of people? How do you deliver groceries in under 2 hours? How do you handle the massive spike in orders during a made-up shopping holiday? Wilke's team figured it all out. In 2007, Wilke became Senior Vice President of North American Retail, and by 2012, he was Senior Vice President of Consumer Business. He was climbing Amazon's ranks not by politicking or self-promotion, but by consistently delivering results. Bezos noticed. In fact, Bezos later said that since Wilke joined the company, I have been lucky enough to have him as my tutor. I've learned so much from him, and I'm not the only one. He's been an incredible teacher to all of us. One of Wilke's most significant contributions was teaching Bezos how to manage his own relentless creativity. Bezos is famous for having an endless stream of ideas, constantly pushing his teams to think bigger and move faster. But as former Amazon CEO worldwide consumer, Wilke gave Bezos advice that changed how Amazon operated. "Jeff, you have enough ideas to destroy Amazon," Wilkie told him. "Every time I released an idea, I was creating a backlog of work in process," Bezos later admitted. "And because it was just stacking up, it was adding no value. In fact, it was creating a distraction." Wilkie's solution was simple but profound. Release ideas at a rate that the organization could actually execute. It was about having the right senior team and leadership and giving those people the executive bandwidth so they could do more ideas per unit of time. And as the company gets bigger, you do want to be able to do more than one thing at a time. But that idea of releasing the work was profound for me. This wasn't just operations advice, it was strategic guidance that helped Bezos scale his own effectiveness as a leader. In 2016, Wilkie reached the pinnacle of his career when he became CEO of Amazon Worldwide Consumer, one of two CEOs reporting directly to Bezos. The other was Andy Jassy, who ran Amazon Web Services. Wilkie's empire was massive. He oversaw Amazon's entire retail business: Prime, the third-party marketplace, Amazon stores, marketing, Whole Foods Market, and a network of 175 fulfillment centers employing over 800,000 people. His division generated the lion's share of Amazon's revenue, which had grown from $2 billion a year when he joined to over $1 billion per day. In August 2020, Wilkie announced something that shocked the business world. He would retire from Amazon in early 2021. In an internal memo titled "Hanging Up the Flannel," he reflected on his 22 years at the company. "Heading into my 22nd holiday season at Amazon, I'm once more looking at the flannel shirts that fill my closet rack," Wilkie wrote. "This holiday with Amazon will be different in many ways, and it will be my last." Many people expected Wilkie to eventually succeed Bezos as CEO of the entire company. He had the operations expertise, the strategic vision, and Bezos' complete trust. But Wilkie made it clear he wasn't leaving for another job. "I don't have a new job and am as happy with and proud of Amazon as ever," he wrote. He was simply ready for his next chapter. He would be replaced by Dave Clark, who had risen through Amazon's ranks and had been Wilkie's mentee for years. When Wilkie left Amazon in March 2021, the company was bringing in about $1 billion every day. Sales had grown 44% year over year. Amazon had become one of the most valuable and influential corporations in the world. Wilkie spent his first 2 weeks of retirement learning to code in Python, staying connected to the technical work he'd always loved. Then, in May 2021, he joined as co-founder and chairman of Rebuild Manufacturing, a company dedicated to revitalizing American manufacturing. Once again, Wilkie was applying his operational genius to solve big problems. Just months after Wilkie left Amazon, Bezos announced his own departure as CEO in February 2021, transitioning to executive chairman and handing the CEO role to Andy Jassy, not Wilkie. When Wilkie heard the news, he didn't express any regrets. "I was super excited and I am super excited for Dave Clark and for Andy Jassy," Wilkie said in his first extended interview after leaving. When asked if he should have stuck around a little longer to take the top job, Wilkie simply said no. He had made peace with his decision. Today, every time you receive an Amazon package in 2 days or less, you're experiencing Jeff Wilkie's legacy. The fulfillment centers, the logistics networks, the algorithms that decide what goes where, the process controls that ensure accuracy, all of it traces back to the systems Wilkie built. Amazon Prime, which has become synonymous with modern e-commerce, wouldn't exist without the operational foundation Wilkie created. But Wilkie's impact goes beyond just the physical infrastructure. He helped shape Amazon's culture, codifying the leadership principles that guide hundreds of thousands of employees. He taught Bezos how to scale his own effectiveness, and he demonstrated that operational excellence isn't just about efficiency. It's about creating capabilities that enable entirely new business models. When people talk about Amazon's success, they usually focus on Bezos' vision, his customer obsession, his willingness to think long-term and lose money in pursuit of market dominance. All of that is true, but vision without execution is just a dream. Bezos had the audacity to imagine a world where you could buy anything online and have it delivered to your door in days. Wilkie had the strategic brilliance to actually build it. The relationship between Bezos and Wilkie shows why great companies need both visionaries and operators. Bezos could see the future of retail, but Wilkie could build the machine to get there. Together, they didn't just build a company. They transformed an entire industry and changed how billions of people shop. Some people debate who deserves more credit for Amazon's success, Bezos or Wilkie, but that's the wrong question. Amazon needed both of them. At the end of the day, Jeff Bezos might be unstoppable, but it was Jeff Wilkie who built the operational engine that made it possible. Bezos called him his tutor for a reason, because while Bezos was learning to be a better CEO, Wilkie was teaching him the most important lesson of all. Vision is worthless without the ability to execute it. And that's the real story behind Amazon's rise to dominance.